Greetings, this is a Timeshare Traveler. Today is episode 172. Hilton Grand Vacations buys Bluegreen. Wow, that's kind of a surprising news. So I'm going to talk a little bit about that since I'm a Hilton Grand Vacations owner as well as Diamond, so even adding more with Bluegreen. So I'll talk about first, Hilton continues to grow. The second thing I'll talk about is in relation to that is the HGV Max becomes more valuable in my opinion. And then I'll go through the map of the Bluegreen properties, at least in the domestic US, just to give you a sense of how it relates to, you can sort of get a sense of what they have. And I'll talk about, I'm actually pretty excited by the growth in the last 3 years of my Hilton timeshares and the number of options I now have. And then kind of like, well, hey, what's next? So that's what I'm going to talk about today. But before I do that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my channel, and then I'll be right back to go into all these little details. Really exciting blog today. Hi, this is Cliff, and I'm the Timeshare Traveler. Welcome to my channel. The purpose of my channel is to educate those who love traveling in timeshares. I've been an owner for 15 plus years at timeshare ownership. I have elite ownership with Marriott, Hilton, and WorldMark. I have published over 100 timeshare video reviews, and I've published over 95 timeshare tips. I can be found on Facebook at Timeshare Trav, at Twitter Timeshare Trav, and on the web at www.timesharetraveler.com. Hey, well, I'm back. So Hilton to buy Bluegreen. 14 new destinations in 8 new states. They have some overlap with some of the others, but it's pretty amazing. 8 new states. Louisiana, Massachusetts, Michigan, New Hampshire, Pennsylvania, Georgia, Texas, and Wisconsin. It's a multi-year phased integration. It's similar to Diamond International. I've just come back from 3 of the Diamond properties in a row, 2 in Hawaii and 1 in Lake Tahoe, and they are actually making improvements. I'm starting to see some of those. It's not yet fully to see how much of they're upgraded close to the Hilton standard. But it's pretty exciting to see that they're improving their real estate holdings way faster than trying to build them. The deal is supposed to close in the first half of 2024, and it's really just subject to regulatory approval. And it's 48 additional resorts, which is really cool. That puts them up almost right at the cusp of 200. So that's kind of here's the news. Hilton continues to grow. My next point is that HGV Max becomes more valuable. And what I mean by that is you can do more things. You're just adding 48 more resorts, plus you just finished adding the Diamond resorts, and you're just starting to get access to them. It's not even fully done there. So really the future looks pretty bright as far as I'm concerned. And here's the thing that was really surprising. In the last time when Diamond was, you had to buy something to kind of get the HGV Max. But with Bluegreen, what they're saying is if you have HGV Max already, these resorts will be brought into the network. And so you won't have to do an upgrade. So once you've done it once, and I'm glad I did it when I did, it was early, so they didn't require as much of an upgrade purchase-wise. And now it's a little bit more. So it looks like they're going to have a similar 6-month window for reservations. Lots more locations. I mentioned the 48. To me, that means HGV Max becomes more valuable. There are more locations. You still can use the existing ones that you have and love, but this gives you just more options. So to me, that's a greater value of diversity, and all that kind of stuff really means a lot to me. Now, I guess maybe the flip side, there's going to be more sales locations. Having more locations, if you want a timeshare, it might, this may be the one now that Hilton becomes a safe bet if you want a timeshare, because it's got so many different locations, so many different types, and you can pretty much use it. And I think it appeals to a broad range of people, not just coast and mountains. There's a bunch of stuff in the middle of the country, a lot of interesting places. There's stuff in the Midwest with the lakes and everything. There's in the sort of Smoky Mountains. There's the classic coast. There's all Hawaii. So it's just really everywhere, and I'll talk about it later, but it's like having an RV, only the timeshare. You can drive pretty much across country and stay in a timeshare all the way. So HGV Max is more valuable, and that's the way I perceive it, because it's just a lot more locations means a lot more opportunities for me to explore, and I love that. Next up, I found the map, and these are the orange color one. I filtered out all the these are just the ones that are managed, so they're that's truly the properties are coming over. I don't think the affiliates will, but it's not 100% clear. So lots on the East Coast. You can see all the orange to the right there. but there's a good smattering of Midwest, which was kind of a little bit of a hole that Diamond and Hilton together had. So it's a lot more opportunity in the middle. And then if you can see, almost with these, you can almost literally drive. If you were to layer on the Hilton and the Diamond, you could literally drive across country and maybe only have 8 to 10 hour drive maximum between any location getting across, and you might even be able to go back a different way. So it's kind of really kind of interesting. You know, again, one of the things I really like, there's a lot in the middle. So it really does give, you know, it really gives you a sense that there's a lot of variety of things you can do, because the country is quite diverse. So I really like that. So anyway, that's kind of the map. So you can sort of imagine all the existing HGV stuff on top of that. Again, I'm just going to reiterate, I'm excited about the growth in the last 3 years. I actually upgraded when they bought Diamond because I just thought changing the company to give you a lot more variety, and I really like, that's just something that's important to me. But more exciting locations. All the major Hawaiian Islands are covered, and that's more because of Diamond. Almost half the U.S. states have one resort. In other words, 24 states now have a Hilton or one of the brands of Hilton's resorts. I think that's amazing. And I was happy to upgrade with the Diamond purchase. More locations meant I wanted to do more with Hilton. And even more locations added. So again, I don't know that I'm going to upgrade because I've pretty much got the points I need to travel when I want to. I just have more locations, so it's going to be excited. I just more and more stuff to do. So obviously I'm excited. I keep saying the word over and over. I'm excited to learn about how many points will be needed to stay at some of the locations. There's some people on the discussions that some of the Blue Green resorts are not up to Hilton par, and they said the same thing about Diamond, and that's some, I won't argue with that, but I also see that Hilton is already starting to do upgrades, and the Point at Poipu, they started to do that. It took them a while because they had to free up some inventory so that they could take a building offline. So basically had to take one tenth of the inventory and take it offline, so then they could start upgrading, and that'll be a 2-year process to upgrade all 10 buildings. So they are definitely making the investments. And again, I looked at this as a real estate person and said, wow, they're buying stuff and improving it. That's the best way to make money and best way to add value for those of us who are part owners by owning a timeshare. So that makes me excited about that. And again, for me, that's years worth of new experiences to explore. And that's the end of the game, is I just love to explore and have new experiences. So again, that's probably the biggest reason I'm excited about this. Lastly, not everything was spelled out because I don't know that they know that everything yet. So what's next? Understanding the point values. So Blue Green had a wide range. There's a PDF file that I was looking at about how many points for different locations. And it varied from as low as 3,000 to as high as 25 or even higher, I think, 1,000 points. So I don't know how they're going to map the points, so that it's hard for me to equate what the value is until I see how it maps to my points. And then how do you create equity for the owners? Because it is real estate, and you want to make sure, since people will be going back and forth across all brands, that's going to be tough. The other thing that's really hasn't happened yet, but I want to see it, is the integration of the inventory. Because right now, if you're on the Diamond site, you can see all the Hilton sites pretty much in real time. But if you're on the Hilton site, you can only see like portions of what they've brought over. Because I own both Hilton and Diamond, so I can see it from both sides. And it seems like they manually plug stuff into the Hilton database, and I think they need to finish that integration, because a lot of people on the Hilton side don't see a lot of the availability that's available. And I think that's just a problem, that once they get to real-time inventory, I think that 6-month window would be less of a problem because there's actually more inventory. Because I see it on the Diamond side looking at it. And again, not for every site. Some sites are just busy. It's true, and all timeshares have the high demand sites. So anyway, so that's what I think is next. I think this is really a great thing. I'm excited about my timeshare ownership and all the new things I'll be able to do. Hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this.